I caught my stepbrother and my stepsister doing bits, having fun. This is honestly one of my favourite stories to tell because I have hated my stepbrother and my stepsister the whole time I know them. Genuinely, I hate them. They are such a weird family. And I'm actually glad that I caught them because now I know that they are weirdos. Before we start this story, make sure you smash that like button. Guys, I want to get 1,000 likes on this. Smash that subscribe button with those notifications on right now. And leave me a comment down below after watching this whole video if you actually have a stepbrother or if you dislike or like your siblings. Here we go. It was a beautiful summer's day. The birds were tweeting, the sun was shining, and I had to babysit my stepbrother and my stepsister. This literally happened like 5 months ago. My dad and my stepmom were going out to a show. I think they were going to see like this really old-fashioned band. But anyway, they were going out to a show and I was basically left in charge to babysit. So my stepbrother is 14 years old and my stepsister is 15. Why on earth 15-year-olds need babysitting? Especially this day and age. I mean, a 15-year-old is like more mature than me. So I'm left with these two and I honestly don't want to be there. So my dad and my stepmom went out around about like 6 p.m. They left me money to get takeaway for everyone. And that was pretty much my whole job for the night, was just ordering food. I wasn't even being paid for this service. It's a joke. So I'm stuck in this house on a beautiful, genuinely beautiful Saturday night. I should have been out with my friends. They were going out drinking and they were watching the football and stuff, so I was really, really annoyed and jealous. So I ordered the food and it gets to like 7 p.m. There is nothing that I am doing. I'm literally sat there watching TV, just being bored. My stepbrother's playing on the PlayStation with his friends, and my stepsister, I'm pretty sure, was on FaceTime to her like boyfriend. I really don't know. I dislike them. So I call a family meeting. Basically, if you don't know what a family meeting is, it's where you just go and pull everyone downstairs and we have a massive chat. And I break a deal with my stepbrother and my stepsister. I tell them that I want to go out with my friends. And I was about to like bargain with them to say don't tell dad or my stepmom. But before I could even say that, they said, okay, see you later, we won't tell whoever. Instantly, I was like kind of confused because they were like trying to get me out the house. So I was like curious and kind of confused, like I said, and it was weird. It was really weird. It was so quick and to the point. I couldn't even get my first word out and they were like, bye, you know? So instantly I'm kind of thinking like, okay, that's a bit weird. But again, I just don't think anything of it. I just think whatever, they can do whatever they want. I don't care. And my friends come and pick me up in their car. So it's 8 p.m. and the football was literally starting at like 8:15. Oh, when I say football, I mean like American football. I don't know why I say soccer. I'm from England, but maybe leave me a comment if you do that too. So we're out watching American football and pretty much my favourite team is on. We're having a great time and American football games last for around about 2.5 to 3 hours. So I was going to be back before my dad and my stepmom got back, but it would be kind of close. They told me they were going to get back at like midnight and I was going to get back at like 11 at the latest. So I had like a good hour. So we're watching the football and I was kind of worrying about the stepbrother and stepsister just because of the whole thing before I left when they're pushing me out the door. So my team was smashing it and they'd already won the game, so I didn't want to risk it and go home late, so I just went home early. I got a lift from the same person that took me out. So I opened the door and obviously I have my key, so I just walk in and no one was home. So I was completely in the clear, no one was at home, I was all good. So I start looking around for my stepsister and my stepbrother. I start downstairs and I couldn't find them, so I was kind of like, okay. And then I get to the bottom of my stairs and I slowly walk up them and I start to hear like noises, like loud, you know, groans from a female, and I'm thinking, what? Like maybe my stepbrother is watching the naughty, you know? I was confused. I didn't want to think about it because that is weird. They're stepbrother and sister to me, but to them, they're sister and brother. So I walk up the stairs even more and it gets louder. At this point, I am freaking out. Like, I'm so confused. This is weird as hell. I get to the top of the stairs and I go over to my stepbrother's room. I open the door and I was hoping to find him watching like naughty programs, if I'm honest. That would have been better, but there was no one in the room. Now I'm really freaking out. So I turn around and the groans are loud. I go over to my stepsister's room. I knock on the door because obviously she's my stepsister. I don't want to like intrude, and plus the groans. And I hear people say, don't come in 1 second. So now I am like kind of confused. And at the same time, like I said, I don't like them. So I was happy. Because I barge through that door and I see my 14-year-old stepbrother with a girl's bum on top of his face. And then I see my 15-year-old stepsister's head in a weird position. So I am like, I knew what was happening. And I don't know why they didn't stop. I mean, surely they thought, like, you know, if I say that, you know, knock on the door and say I'm gonna come in, they would, like, at least try and, like, get out of what they were doing. But it's like they didn't care. They just kept on doing it. I even came in the room and they kept on doing it. They didn't stop, they didn't even say a word, they just carried on. I didn't know what to do. So me being a very smart guy, and I know this is kind of weird, but please don't like bully me. I took pictures of them both with no clothes on doing this to each other because, like I said, I don't like them and I wanted to show my dad to get them in like tons of trouble. I mean, like, this is insane. So I take pictures and then I run downstairs and they didn't even know I took the pictures. They carried on. They literally carried on. I ran downstairs and the groaning still happened. Like, it was disgusting. I didn't know what the flip was going on. But anyway, I go downstairs and I wait for my dad to come through the door. He comes through the door. I sit my stepmom and my dad down and I show him the pictures. These two were in some serious trouble and I was very happy because I snitched them out and I felt awesome. Basically, they were never ever allowed to stay in the same house together and they were like banned from talking to each other. It was honestly hilarious, but it was really disgusting. But anyway, that is the end of the story. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I hope you did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace.